ladies and gentlemen, for the 837th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that lady called Lisa, aka Jubu,
Hello.
as well as that dude called Jew, aka his Junus.
What up, is it?
Oh wait, you're not even on. Here, try it again.
What up, bitches?
There we go. And me, myself, I am Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show. Alrighty then. So, what the fuck's happening? What the fuck's cracking? Got the ball moving. We're up and running. Got this rickety ship out here in the waters again.
I would like to wish G-Unit a happy boniversary.
Happy boniversary?
Boniversary.
Boniversary, oh shit. Did y'all bone for the first time?
1 year ago today.
How do you know that?
Because Google Photos the other day when it popped up, it was the first sexy selfie I ever sent you. Like a memory. It was like that memory of that picture of me at the cookout that I sent you. We ended up hooking up 3 days later. 2 days later. That would be today.
She knows, man. She remembers. You clearly, your boniversary was your original boning was worth memory, as well as cataloging and then celebrating the anniversary of.
On the podcast.
Apparently. Something else I gotta write down.
No.
Yeah. You didn't get him a card?
No, I did not. And you'll get a Facebook reminder when we actually started dating. But yeah.
Well,
Happy boniversary.
Boniversary. Congratulations, Jew. You were a memorable bang.
Look, this morning we were talking about bridal stuff because one of my friends is getting married very soon. And her very sweet fiance is going to be renting a horse and carriage. And the G-Unit thought that was pretty lame. And I said, well, you wouldn't want something like that if we were to get married? He said he wanted to be brought in by 12 fat-ass midgets. Just looked like he's floating down the aisle because they're only going to give about 2 feet off the floor.
So you want fat midgets to carry you?
No, hot fat ass.
Fat ass midgets.
Oh. Okay, fat-assed midgets.
12 of them.
That is very specific because, most
You
of the
can have
time...
more than the normal because they're midgets.
Oh, that's right. I'm saying most of the time you would expect 6 people to carry someone.
Yeah.
But you want to be...
Doubled it.
Right, you got to double it up for the fat-ass midget
Yeah.
chicks because they're not going to be able to necessarily handle the same amount of weight as the average human
I
being.
would think.
Right. Now, and I'm with that. I'm with you as far as the expectation of, if you're going to build one of those things, and I'm presuming it's one of those carts that everyone puts on their shoulder and you sit in the middle of.
Yeah, that's
Oh, no,
why.
it's gonna be ghetto as hell. It's gonna be a lawn chair on welded on 2 poles or something like that. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be no fucking this ain't Master of the Universe or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They'll probably just
This
use
ain't
a
King Tut
raft.
shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, a blow up raft would be all right with me as far as I'm concerned.
Sure. Absolutely.
Put a couple planks underneath that thing. Carry
I just like
bitches.
how he thinks he's going to be the one being walked down the aisle.
Yeah, he's going to be carried down the aisle at the wedding.
Yeah, and then
not
you go. I go first, and then you go.
So, do you want
Because
midgets?
I gotta be down there first anyway.
Wait a minute. Do you want midgets to carry her down the aisle too?
No, I want a
Little
horse and
fucking
carriage.
Mr. Ed walking over behind her little.
You want
fucking
Mr. Ed.
I don't mind if there's no carriage. If I could just enter on a horse,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
side saddle that shit.
Yeah, sure.
That
That's
would be
very
dope.
That's very ladylike.
That's
It
probably
is.
cheaper than with the carriage.
Yeah,
I
you
might
come
be able
in-
to work that. That's just one horse.
Yeah, see?
Might be able to do that.
I don't have high demands. I really don't.
I think that if you would be really fun if you rode a miniature horse side saddle in.
I
after the midgets.
After the midgets?
After the midgets
That's
walking down.
Stars part's gonna be fine at 12 midgets.
Like, because then it's real easy. You're not really worried. Like, you don't
my
need
God.
help getting off that miniature
true.
horse. You
That's
just sort
true.
of, and you're side
The
saddling.
liability.
Right. So you get there to the end because you're gonna be wearing a nice dress. You want to have that
It's true.
not get all fucked up. So you ride the miniature horse down, side saddle, and then you slide off real delicate. Like the Jew, you can help her when she gets to you. Slide off. You take her by
it's
the hand.
romantical.
You put the other hand out to the hip, and you make sure she slides off real nice and comfy.
I won't risk flashing anyone getting off of a mini horse.
Well, are you going to wear a mini dress with the
Probably.
mini horse and the midgets?
Probably.
See, 'cause
Probably.
this keeps getting more and more fun. I'm excited
Yeah.
about this wedding.
And then we could have mini hot dogs and like at the reception.
You have
A micro cake.
Red
That way we
Baron
go.
small pizzas,
Yeah.
you know, like 5th grade.
Yeah, personal pans.
Yeah, personal pan pizzas. Ooh, you have Pizza Hut cater with personal pan pizzas.
Yes, that's such a good wedding theme. I hope no one steals it.
Well, it doesn't matter if they don't invite you. You don't really know.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
They're not gonna
Yeah.
steal that one. They're gonna steal the Halloween one before they steal that one.
What's the Halloween one?
Yeah.
Get married on Halloween where everybody's gotta dress up.
Then we just dress up like a bride and groom, like surprise.
That's pretty cool. I got to give it to you. That's a cool way.
I don't even need the bridal party to match. You know what I mean? In outfits, everybody can have their own.
You could just dress up, wear your own costume.
Everybody got their own costume.
I mean, how perfect is that? Those wedding photos would be amazing.
That would be a real party right there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because a Halloween party's a
That
party
was all
anyway.
his idea.
So you're gonna get married at Halloween. Now, if you do wedding at Halloween and you're like dressed like an emperor and you have 12 midgets carry you down the aisle and then you ride a miniature horse down while you're dressed like the empress,
That'd be the
and
best
that would be
win ever. It'd be win of the year.
Combine the
And
two
we're all
ideas.
standing around like Batman and like
Yes.
there's a Tarzan dude standing there in a fucking
Absolutely.
just a loincloth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Some Disney princesses.
full
That could be
spectrum.
the bridal party.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Everybody could pick a different Disney
Pick
princess.
whichever princess you want.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yep, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Okay.
I would have to get a date for this. I would be like, look, I don't even know
That'd be
you.
like 10 years from now because that's when Halloween is on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah, he did look.
He's very well planned out. You couldn't do a Friday night
It's okay.
Halloween party so that we have Saturday to
All right, so
recuperate.
9 years in.
Okay.
9 years, yes.
Hey, look, I helped you out a little bit, Lisa.
Oh, it's fine.
I got you a year sooner
Look,
in the
we
wedding.
just
Well,
club.
maybe 8 because there should be a leap year in there.
anniversary.
There should be a leap year in that.
We're in no rush.
There might even be 2 leap years in that, so you might drop down to 7.
Yeah, this
In
motherfucker.
9 years, there's definitely 2 leap years.
He says, when's the next leap year after this past leap year? And I
4
was
years
like,
from now, dumbass.
Yeah, and I was like, why? And he's like, because if you get married on leap year, you only gotta celebrate your anniversary every 4 years. I was like, that's not how that works.
That was another idea too.
We've only been married 2 years. What do you
That's
mean?
less- that's less
It's been like
presents.
8 years. No, we got married on leap day,
On leap day.
and we only had 2 anniversaries. So
Ain't
we've been
got it
married
this
2
year.
years.
No anniversary this year. No anniversary this year.
Ain't nothing to remember because it ain't to 29.
All right, we're going to Wendy's. Anniversary year.
You get in the biggie bag.
Look, we
biggie
could
bag.
always, if we do the Pizza Hut wedding, we could just go celebrate at Pizza Hut every year. That could be our thing.
Bro,
That's luscious.
I'm with it. I wish I had my bucket hat right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to tell you, that is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
We get Pizza Hut, personal pan pizzas, everything's small.
Yeah.
Everything's small.
Yeah.
Like the goodie bag that you give out is just full of like miniature things
And
from
Fireball, the mini
Yeah.
Fireball.
Yeah, miniature
From
bottles of
7-Eleven.
liquor,
That's-
miniature bottles of Scope mouthwash,
Yes.
miniature toothbrushes, miniature toothpaste,
Yes, a
miniature
one-hitter.
shampoo, a little one hitter. Yeah. See, and this is all inexpensive. You could totally have like a very inexpensive wedding. The expensive part's going to be getting the midgets and the miniature horse.
Yeah.
Miniature horse is easy.
I think midgets is going to be very difficult.
Midget's gonna be the hard. 12 of them motherfuckers.
12 midgets, bro.
You better find one with a lot of friends.
What
That's
you
the
do
only.
is
That's when you get good luck right there.
what you do is you set up the yellow brick road, and you have them
Yeah.
all dressed like munchkins from the fucking Wizard of Oz.
Tell them it's an audition for Oompa Loompas.
Or you have actual Oompa Loompas carry you down.
Yeah, I'm
That'd
sure
be
there's
cool.
a union.
And then
can
you
fuck
get
with that.
Contact.
Then you get an orange horse with
To the Oompa
green,
Loompa song?
the green
I can
mane.
fuck with that.
Oh fuck yeah! Fuck yeah.
Oh my God, going down the aisle with
Yeah. Who is going to marry the
That'd be
Jew?
Bebop if I ass off down the line there.
Oh my God, best wedding ever, babe.
Dude, I like it. I can wedding plan for this kind of shit.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
would absolutely put in the leg work to
People
like
would be
get.
so all about it. It wouldn't be like, oh, I gotta pick out what to wear, what gift to give. We could just ask for like mini gifts. There you go. Going down the aisle.
That'd be lush.
Be something, babe.
When you guzzle down sweets. Eating as much as an elephant eats. What are you
Babe, I can't believe out of all the years you've been doing songs, you haven't done a Jew version of Oompa Loompa.
There's so many Oompa Loompa options, and the Jew is not, I believe, a big fan of the Willy Wonka OG. He might not be against it, but he's not like an aficionado. You know what I mean?
That was the best one.
Oh, by far.
Oh, yeah.
Most certainly.
Definitely.
don't know
I
how
haven't
many they
seen the
got
one
now.
with Timothy Chalamet or whatever. his
Chalamet?
name- Chalamet, thank you. I don't even
So
know his
there's
name.
another one. They made another one.
They did.
Yeah, it's just
There's 3 of
Wonka.
them now.
I think it's like a prequel.
Have they produced it yet? Is it out?
Oh, it's out. Yeah.
It's been out, yeah.
Well, like he did a feat that nobody's done for like 30 or 40 years, and did like 2 back-to-back #1 movies that grossed real high, and that's not something that happens very often. So
true.
his star power has just shot up. Mm-hmm. Yep.
People love him.
Congrats to that Timothy Chalamet.
Is that how you say it?
I think so.
I think it's Chalamet or something.
Chalamet. I don't know. It's,
I don't even know what the fuck you're
everything
talking
sounds better Frenchy style, you know. His name is Timothy
Chalamet.
It is
He's the one.
Chalamet.
He's the one, babe, that went on Saturday Night Live and got like blew up because him and Pete Davidson did like a rap song together. You don't know? Never mind.
No.
I saw something on the,
You don't
the
seem that cool.
Instagram about that, but
What's his name?
Timothy Chalamet. He's in Dune. He's the main character in Dune.
Oh, this fucking guy. I don't
Which has that come out yet?
Dune's out.
Dune 2?
They say it's good.
I've heard good things.
Yeah. You know
Dune?
what? Dune.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, there's 1 and 2. There's going to be a
What's
third.
the first one? Was that Stallone?
No, baby. It was
There was an original.
Zendaya.
There was an original Dune in.
Oh, Dune,
the
not
80s.
Dune.
Yeah,
Dune. All right.
there was
Yeah, I
a
ain't
Dune
seen
in the
that, though.
'80s, but there's been 2 of them that have come out that are new.
I think there's been a Dune movie.
There was an old school Doom. There's a Doom movie with Dwayne the Rock Johnson in it. That has like a whole sequence where it's like the video game where it's first person and you
Yeah.
see his face down in the corner and all
Was
that.
that Judge Dredd or whatever was
That was Stallone.
Stallone?
That's a great movie.
The newer one's really good.
I haven't seen it.
Like the new one that they did was actually pretty fucking good. Very dark. But you know what I watched? You should check it out. Roadhouse.
Oh, I keep seeing it on Amazon
The new
Prime.
Roadhouse
I will
with
not.
Jake
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal.
with Jakey
will
boy.
not.
Come on now, your girl's gonna love it, man.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, it'd be a great movie to
Amazing.
watch with a chick that wants to, you know,
Celebrate.
celebrate their bone-anniversary with you. You know what I'm saying?
In the movie and watch Roadhouse,
I'd be
babe.
like, look at this. You like that Jake Gyllenhaal with his six-pack? I'd be like, play with my dick, boo.
Oh my God.
Nah, like it's a good movie though, because like what I liked about it
I like the original.
was it wasn't a retread of the original.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like a scene for scene
Somebody
reproduction.
didn't try to pretend to be Swayze.
Right, they made like a totally different movie and called it Roadhouse. That wasn't
cool.
totally a different movie. I mean, it's the same premise. Guy comes to like keep this bar from getting fucked with too much by the local riffraff, and it turns into something bigger. But it wasn't like a total fucking ripoff.
Verbatim.
Like, yeah, it wasn't a
Yeah.
carbon copy of the original.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Conor McGregor's character, I swear to God, is actually entertaining as fuck. Like, he's seriously entertaining as shit.
Maybe we can watch that tonight,
I'm
babe.
trying to say, you got that Amazon Prime. There you go, on the Boniversary.
Why is he sigh like that?
Because he's so Swayze. You've got a better chance of talking to him and watching the original. tonight
Okay.
than you do the new one because he's so into Swayze.
He's a fanboy.
Yeah, he's a Swayze fanboy and a Jake Gyllenhaal hater. It's like a double
I'm
whammy.
a Jake Gyllenhaal hater, but only anybody knows him by is Broke Dick Mountain. That's all that motherfuckers know him by.
That's not true.
It's not true.
That's
at all.
all I know him by. Then.
Well, that's because you're homophobic.
I know
not
him.
really.
I know him as Maggie Gyllenhaal's brother.
The girl that isn't Katie, whatever her name was from the Batman movie. She was in the second Batman and was supposed to be the Katie Holmes character.
Bless her heart.
Yeah,
She
she's
tried.
no Katie Holmes.
No.
I don't know even that Katie Holmes would have been necessarily a better actress. She just looked a lot better.
Ugh. I think
you know.
Maggie's pretty.
She's all right in like a kind of like ugly girl way.
Like a Jake Gyllenhaal sister way.
I don't know.
Batman with,
it's
with
like
Penguin?
how hot can you be when every
No.
woman in the world wants to bone Jake Gyllenhaal?
You're not talking about the original.
Know what I'm saying?
Batman, too.
Yeah.
Like it's like she's
true.
gonna pale a comparison no matter what, no matter how hot she
That's
is.
how I felt in high school.
she
Everybody
couldn't-
just thought of me as my brother's little sister.
Because
Like,
everybody wanted to fuck your brother.
yeah, pretty much. He was really popular. he was very much popular. He had a band. He played guitar. Did Battle of the Bands at Drum and Strum. He was cool.
Hey, right on. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh no,
People wanting to be involved with your family members, there's nothing wrong with that.
no.
These things happen. But like, you know, I'm telling you, it's a much better movie than you're giving it credit for or expectations for. It's a lot more fun and interesting than it maybe even has a right to be. Like it's a pretty good fucking movie, I thought. And I think it's because like what I heard is that they skipped some of the the theater to have a bigger budget and just go directly to Prime, and it was like well spent. Like the action sequences are good, the fights are good.
Interesting.
Like it's good. It's a good fucking movie. As far as like shitty action movies are concerned, like it's a good ass action movie.
I will watch it.
Yeah, you
All right,
should.
we'll watch the fucking thing tonight. God damn, girl. Fuck. Fucking better be good.
I wasn't trying to pressure you.
Nah,
I mean,
like she's peer pressuring you, not at all, bro. You can watch the original. She'll watch anything with you. She just wants your company. But you're going home after this
Right.
anyway, so
I was kidding.
you know.
I say that all the time.
You're not going home.
What's
I
my
say
company?
it all the time.
With some half-naked moist man on TV that we're gonna be watching.
Make it moist.
Anytime.
With my company.
Yeah.
So I get to watch this half-moist man like he's a wrestler. You know, wet,
And Conor
moist, and
McGregor,
everything.
like I'm winning. I'm winning.
Conor McGregor's not gonna be too wet and moist.
I think he's pretty.
He's gonna
I
be out
mean,
there dry.
I used to have a crush on Conor McGregor back in the day.
Gyllenhaal, Jared Hall, whatever the fuck, he gonna be moist the whole
Gyllenhaal.
goddamn movie. Conor ain't gonna be moist though.
No,
Nah, he's not gonna want that.
I think he might be.
Fucking
There's-
water off of me, man. You don't be fucking moist. You fucking Conor McGregor, man.
I
I
don't think
drink
he.
fucking 12, man.
I don't think he goes into the
That's
water.
like I drink fucking 12.
Drink proper 12.
Proper 12, man.
does
Drink
he
it proper
sweat?
12.
Proper 12, man.
if he sweats, he's
I
gonna
can
be moist.
sweat in the heat, but I'm not getting in the water.
Not gonna be fucking moist, man. You fucking sign up for this.
I didn't fucking sign up to
I
get wet in
fucking
the
sign up
water.
to be moist. My fucking contract's not about fucking moist, mate.
Sounded good, babe.
I was supposed to fight Jake the fucking Gyllenhaal, fucking with Gyllenhaal, whatever the fuck.
Drilling hole.
They're not fucking supposed to be
That's-
moist.
That's a great name for like a moving company. They should just call it Jake
That's
Drilling
a
Hall.
porn name right there. Drilling
Drilling Hall? It is.
Drilling all.
My brain went somewhere very professional.
Yeah.
His went somewhere
Drilling
down
all
south.
is, Jake Drilling all is a very porno name.
I bet there's one that exists.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good one. If it doesn't, it will.
Should.
Jake Drilling Hall.
Jake Drilling Hall.
She's looking for him. Is this
I
a real
am.
porn star? Is there a Jake Drilling Hall out there?
So I got a mouse down there.
So you got a mouse, huh? Because you took the snake out and then the mice are prayer.
And then he's trying to
No, I
catch
got
another.
I got a mouse in my bucket.
He's trying to
the
catch
lamp ain't
another
work.
mistake. Another mistake.
Wait a
the
minute.
snake.
You got a mouse in a bucket you're baiting a snake with?
Yeah, because the lamp ain't
now.
work. On 7 days of the lamp. Now we take the lamp out. Now we're back. Now we're on to the mice.
We were leaving IHOP yesterday, and he's like, "You gonna come with me to the pet store?"
Oh my! You went and bought one, dude. You're a cruel individual.
Well, what else am I gonna do, bro? Keep
Sacrificial
popping out and
mouse.
looking at me and hiding again.
Let the snake live in your basement. Make up a name for him. Be nice to
bro,
him.
because he got kids and shit. I don't need all them.
So what? He's eating all the mice. You can go import mice for him and think he's gonna leave? What the fuck is wrong with you? You gonna put him outside and not fill the hole where he comes in, thinking he ain't gonna come back? Like, you ain't welcome, snake. He gonna be like, oh, sorry, Mr. Unit, I ain't gonna come back.
So
What's wrong with you?
How does that work exactly? It like does he go? He goes into the snake barrel and gets the mouse, and then he's not.
He can't get out of the
capable
barrel.
of getting out. How can he get in and not get out?
He's probably gonna
Is it
know.
closed behind him or something?
He can almost fall in.
Okay.
Or he can jump on the dryer, jump on the pipe, jump on the dryer.
What makes you think he can't eat the mouse and get back out somehow?
What's gonna happen is he's gonna go down there and
Maybe
the
go look
bucket's
at
gonna
it.
the bucket's gonna be put on its side. The mouse is gonna be
Yeah.
gone and the snake's gonna be gone.
Yeah, that
And he's-
snake is having a feast with his babies.
And you're gonna look into the corner and the snake's gonna be down there in the corner where you can't reach him with a fucking bulge in him.
Yeah, he's gonna be like smoking the tail.
Yeah, yeah. The tail's gonna be hanging out of his
Taunting
mouth. He's
you.
gonna be like, "Hey, what's up?" And the
That's
tail's
how
gonna
he's
be
gonna do me.
going like that. Yeah.
Be like a toothpick.
Like, yeah, I don't understand. Like, you, what you have to do to get rid of snakes and mice is fill the holes that they come through, and once you do that, then get them out of the house. But you've got this like rickety old basement that like would need some significant work to make sure snakes can't get in, because snakes are just gonna follow the mice in. They're gonna be like, oh, the mouse came this way, I can smell him, I'm coming through too. You know what I'm saying? So until you get the mice to not come through, the snakes is gonna keep coming through. And
So there's like mice? Like I thought snakes was the
there's
problem.
not mice, because the snakes are here, so the mice will smell the snakes and be like, I
Are
ain't
there
going in
mice
that house.
normally? I would rather have snakes, I think, than mice.
Well, you gonna have if you got one, you got if you got
gonna
mice,
have
you're gonna have a snake.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you got snakes. That means you know you have mice coming in here, because the snakes is chilling and waiting for him to come in
So
and
we
they're
should
eating
name
them.
him.
Absolutely. Be nice to him. Talk to him like he's your buddy. Treat him like a pet. You're glad to have him around. I'd rather have you around than the mice. What's up? Whoever, whatever name you want to give him. You know, I went with Histofer. And a variance of last names, Christopher Walken, Christopher Moltisanti, depending on what kind of mood I was in. You know what I mean? Now, you know, you can come up with some kind of name, you know.
Histover is a pretty good one for a snake.
Christopher's a good name for a snake. You know, and he would just smile at me, because he would scare me when I turned the light on, and then he'd grin, and then I'd just talk to him and play pool, and then I'd go back upstairs and I'd leave him in the basement, like chilling near the fucking heat source that he liked. And I mean, he just chilled. I didn't have any mice, because Christopher was chilling he was a big ass snake. I wasn't fucking with him. I'm like, what's going on, Christopher? How you doing? I just talked to him like he was my buddy. And he just smiled at me like he was. He was like, what's happening, man? I'm just chilling up here in the wind from this fucking real nice dehumidifier you got. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to keep this basement from being too moist. And he was like, I appreciate you. And he just chilled on the windowsill, right by the fucking light. That was the problem. The only problem with it was he was right by the light switch. So I'd flip on the light, and he'd be like right there staring at me. And I'd be like, God damn it, Christopher. And he'd be like, hey, gotcha. And I'd be like,
Terrible.
you did. You scared me, Christopher. It's all good, though.
Histover. Be a good name for it. Like if some guy was like affectionately naming his Wang.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what you got.
Yeah, it's my contribution.
Yeah,
today.
Christopher's a good name for a dick if you don't have a snake.
Yeah.
You can name your dick Christopher.
I was trying to think of different names for a
Pistifer.
snake, and all I kept
How about
thinking about was
Pistifer?
names for like a dick. Like,
You're so demented.
I
No
know.
wonder you're having your bone-anniversary and all you think about is dick.
it's not
Voice
true.
Jake drilling the hole.
Jake drilling hole and dick.
You're the one that made drilling holes.
Fucking moist Conor McGregor. Call me Snake Pistifer, I do.
Fucking need to
His name's
fucking
Pistifer.
face.
It's not Histifer, it's Pistifer.
Pistifer.
Me dick's name is Pistifer.
Oh my God.
Conor McGregor named his dick Pistifer.
Proper.
Suck on Pistifer, sweetheart. I need you to put Pistifer inside your little JJ. Pistifer's a good name for a dick. God almighty.
It is.
I've never been into naming my dick, you know what I mean?
No.
I figure somebody
That's
could
a
name
good
it if they
thing.
want
That's
to.
a good
but
thing.
Yeah, it's not that important. I'm like, whatever, it's my dick. You know, if some chick wanted to call my dick Pistifer, I suppose I would like be fine with that. But you know, if Emma Watson was like, "Come pull Pistifer out and let me play with him," I'd be like, "All right, Emma, here's Pistifer for you."
Oh man, I can't wait to whip that out at some point.
Excuse me?
Not his Christopher.
I want to whip Pistifer out. Come over here. Take your pants off.
You gonna call Piss for some point in time tonight when he's waving around your fucking face. Come up with nicknames, girl. Marcus said go. Close your eyes. All right, open them. What would you call this?
It's awful. God.
The strange times continue here at the Mason and Friends show. Mm-hmm. There's just no telling.
That's just an X-rated peekaboo game right there.
Yeah.
But you know, no biggie.
We ain't no big deal. We
No
adults.
biggie. Just adults. Peekaboo, dickaboo, whatever.
Penises.
Penis.
All men got them.
Penis of a JJ.
Most men got them.
Most men got them.
Some chicks do now.
Yeah. It's all over the place. You know.
We're just handing them out, man, like dicks on a stick.
You want a dick? We turn that clit into a dick.
You want it? Here you go.
It won't be real hard
There
to
you
be.
go, mate. There you go.
You'll be able to pee through it though.
There you go, love.
Oh my God.
Yep, strange times, man. Strange times.
Yeah.
All of this from a hatred of Jake Drillenhall.
I feel like I'm blushing and I don't even know why.
So many embarrassing statements have been made in the last like 10 or 20 minutes. Like, how could you not be blushing? You're so demure. I'm watching your color change as we speak.
It is.
You're getting more and more
It is.
embarrassed.
I am. I don't even know why.
We haven't even said anything too egregious for minutes.
No.
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Nowhere near it. So in the clear. It's all good, Jubu. Everything's fine.
Yeah, we just talking about snakes. Calm down.
Snakes and Pistifer and all sorts of stuff. We got a wild time going on around here. This fucking place is nuts. But yeah. So I'll be interested to hear your opinion on, and maybe Mike will watch it too, because Michael will listen to the show.
Yes.
So, like maybe next.
Shout out to Mike. We miss you.
Yeah, big up, Big Mike. Where you at? Must be handling some chillins or something along them lines.
Probably.
He's got that thing going on. Many children rely on him as an uncle or a daddy, so he got a lot of shit to be dealing with a lot of the time.
It's true.
You're like the consummate cougher. Like you don't stop. Like when I start to cough, I usually will like take 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes off where I don't, and you were just like,
Every hit.
This is the good part.
This is a good
This
part.
is like when you get to the box of cereal at the bottom corner.
You like the bottom corner? You
Of
like
the cereal, yeah, but of the J, it's a little harsh.
'Cause of the
you still gotta-
concentration.
Yeah, you still got to take it because pay for it. But
like man when
it gets you.
when Fruity Pebbles break up into
A1.
smaller pieces, they're all concentrated.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like what I got here. So when I get to the last of the bag of the Fruity Pebbles, that's like the end of the J. You know what I'm saying? That's interpretation of what he was just saying right there. That's me interpreting that. Interpretation and
Did Drew tell you that he's not going to be here next weekend?
you're not here next weekend. Uh-oh. Where y'all going?
Top sale.
Relying on you, Big Mike. Top sale, eh?
Oh,
Is that a golf course?
Not going to the beach.
The beach. And we're bringing my brew and his brewed.
Uh-oh.
Spring
Oh, some
break.
Brady Bunch shit?
And Black Boy's coming
Oh, that's some bullshit.
for like a night. Yeah, that's what I said.
What the fuck, yo? The fuck, man? The brother coming along.
Yep.
Okay. He's bringing his old lady.
Yep.
Putting his kids up with the babysitter. His old lady's kids up with
No,
the
they're
babysitter.
coming
I
too.
think he's all about bringing
Oh,
them.
goddamn, y'all got the full-on Brady Bunch it.
Uh-huh.
Watch
They're
out.
only coming for like a night though.
Watch out. Nobody ends up on some, what was it, Greg and Jan shit? Or Greg and Marsha shit? You know what I'm saying?
Gross. No, none of that.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
It'll be fun. My kids will get to see the Jew in his natural element fishing.
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Do a bunch of fishing, and hopefully not too much yelling.
Hopefully.
Just some fishing.
Talked about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to not be so volatile.
See, babe.
A little less fire-upable.
Well, actually, I had a conversation with my kids about the fact that the Jew smokes.
Oh.
And I actually took a poll and talked to other parents about, like, have you guys talked to your kids about the fact that you guys smoke reefer?
And that it's legal in the state of Virginia?
And most of them said yes. Most of them said that, yes, that they use it for medical purposes, and it significantly increases their, you know, happiness in life, and that they do so without, you know, being reliant on big pharma. And I kind of like that whole approach to it.
Well,
That's
right
the problem.
on.
It is it's keeping people from being drug addicts. Like
That's
taking
why
pills and taking all this other prescribed
That's
bullshit.
precisely why it's
That's the
been
problem. Why?
criminalized.
Because you can only prescribe. All you gotta do is only prescribe THC, as opposed to fucking codeine and fucking this other
Vicodin
shit and Vicodin and
Percocet.
Adderall and Percocet.
Well, the real reason
and
they don't like
fucking blah, blah, blah,
it is
blah.
because you could throw some seeds in your backyard here in the next month or two and grow your own weed
Yeah, and you
and
can take care of
have
it
enough
yourself.
for the last the rest of the year. Where you're like, all right, I grew enough of my own that like this will fucking last me. You can't grow your own codeine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you can grow your own cannabis. So that's why they don't want it to be legal, because they can't control your
Yeah.
ability to self-cultivate.
Yep.
And you know,
They
it's,
can't tax it. They don't get a buck off of it.
They don't
That's
get
right.
shit.
This
and
is
it
all-
cuts them all the way out, 100%.
and anything that qualifies as freedom, they're not going to want for us. And that's some real freedom
got that
shit.
too.
That's some real freedom shit right there. Grow your own chronic shit. That's the real deal, y'all. That's the American dream at this point, because it ain't like you're going to be able to own a home until we elect RFKJ. Kennedy. You know, somebody that's going to actually come in and try to make it so that we can actually buy houses and not just get bought out from under by big corporations that want to rent out the properties and not actually, you know, let people buy their own homes. They want us all to be renters forever because, you know, fuck your future. American dream. America. Come on now. Let's find some positivity.
Okay.
Vote for RFKJ. Yeah, man. What's some real positive? Anything happening in the world that's good these days?
Other than my mom saying she was going to vote for RFK.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
A little bit of reality check going on out there for the lady. Thank you, Mrs. Lisa's mom, for being a supporter of the
Previously voted
RFKJ
for
crew.
Trump, so this is a big deal.
I'm telling you, he's going to take just as many from Trump as he is from Biden.
Ash, you're fine.
I'm making a mess.
He always yells at me for having my shoes on things.
It's funny how much you could care about something like that with the rest of your house in the state that it's in.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Like, really? Take your
He'll come over and like smack the shit out of my foot and be like, "It's too close to the bed."
No. For real though, in a sense, I get it, because it's like, take your shoes off. Don't put them on the stuff that we sit on, because your shoes have been on this floor, and we don't want this floor on this stuff that we sit on.
I get it.
Because we don't sit on the floor around here. I don't walk around barefoot. But you know, your children, man, them motherfuckers be walking around here barefoot. They gonna be the savages,
he
dog.
don't. The youngest, he don't even like wearing no clothes. He be always walking around in his goddamn drawers. Bro, put some clothes on, man. When do you see that little ass thing out here? Fuck, bro.
Hey, you know, it is what it is,
I'm
man.
just happy when he's wearing real clothes and not just like his Space Jam pajama pants. Kid's almost 15, walking around in Space Jam pajama pants out in
He wear them
public.
to school. He don't give a fuck. He love them things.
Well, Space Jam pajama pants?
He wanted me to take him out to dinner one night when Andrew was doing something. He went to work one night and I stayed with the boys like overnight, right? And he sweet talked me into taking him to the Chinese buffet. And I'm like, all right, you ready to go? He walks out in his fucking Space Jam pants. And I was like, honey.
You made him put on some real clothes?
No, I let him go, but I made fun of him the whole time.
Oh, well, I can support that.
Yeah.
Making fun of him the whole time about
Yeah.
it. Oh, nice pajamas.
And then Andrew came home and he was like, I can't believe that kid sweet talked you into fucking $25 buffet so we could eat some fucking Jello and bottomless ice cream.
Is that really what it turned out to be?
Yes, it was. He had like 2 bites of chicken and then a ton of Jello and tons of ice cream.
What a fucking dirtbag.
$25 I spent.
Could have gone and bought you a fucking tub of ice cream for like $6,
Yeah,
$5.
I'm not gonna fall for it again. I feel like a sucker.
Yeah. Well, it's because he's being disingenuous about what he really wants.
Yeah, he just wanted Jello and ice cream.
Yeah, if you want Jello and ice cream, we go get you some Jello and some ice cream. Spend half
I know
as
better
much.
now. I know better now.
Well, you could just ask in the future. Be
Well, I
like,
told her. She don't listen. Sweet
so
talked her ass.
you had fair warning, and he still got over on you.
He always sweet talks me. We go to Walmart to walk around for one thing. Next thing you know, I'm buying the kid fucking sweatpants, a keyboard.
What? What's wrong with you, girl?
I love him. I can't help it.
That's some bullshit.
You really are on some Brady Bunch shit, man. Y'all better chill out.
Dude, I love that kid. Even in his Space Jam PJs.
You're buying him more Space Jam PJs
No,
and shit?
I bought him some red sweatpants or gray sweatpants.
Sweatpants, though. Sweatpants,
sweatpants.
PJs, shit, 6 in one, half a dozen in the other.
At least they didn't have Disney characters on them or some shit.
Now you can
No, I guess
wear.
Space Jam wasn't Disney.
You can
but-
wear sweatpants.
You can wear sweatpants out more than those Space
I
Jam
mean,
PJs.
according
Oh,
to
no.
their dad.
Sounds to me like 6 in one and half a dozen in the other.
Yesterday, he was like, "Oh, if I'd known we were going to IHOP, I would have put on real pants." So,
Real pants for
Yeah, I went
IHOP.
in there pantless and
Was you
in
free
sweats.
balling in sweatpants
Yeah.
in the IHOP?
Yeah, and
pantyless.
yeah, when I sat
told him
down,
you cannot call boxers panties.
Why not?
Because
I'm
it's
pantyless.
fucking weird.
I'm sans panties.
I did there pantless and
No
He's like,
panties.
"I
in
ain't
my
got any
sweats.
panties
I said,
on,
shit, I
babe."
put on some
I said,
khakis or
"What?
something.
Hope to God you don't have any panties on." Because my brain went straight to like, what do you wear like women's panties?
Not her men's.
There's nothing wrong with panties.
No.
I like a nice.
Some people
The
call them
only
boxers.
I like 'em
motherfucking
silky and
man
smooth.
I've ever met to call boxers panties.
If you got some silk or some satin fucking drawers, them panties.
Those, maybe.
Them panties, bro.
Maybe.
I'm
you could
going
get
in here
away
in
with
some
that.
silk fucking drawers, them is panties. I'm gonna tell you that
Dude,
right
if you
now.
rolled out with some soap pants, I would die laughing.
Silk briefs, man, them panties.
Not none.
I know what I'm
mean,
gonna get you next
That's fine.
next gift.
silk briefs.
I think I'm a medium or large, 1/2 a dozen, depends on the waist
It
size.
depends on the brand.
I'm about 33 1/4. That's my fit.
Make sure when you bring me some fitted undies, some panties. When you bring me some new
Silk.
man panties, they need to be silk. I need them.
Or a satin, like I said, or a satin. That's luscious.
A satin.
Either way, that's luscious.
I want
velvet one?
silk on
Hey,
the
that's
side
it.
with
Ain't
satin
one
on the
dozen.
nuts. I want
Damn.
satin on the nuts.
Them anniversary panties right there. Birthday panties or something.
They're bone-anniversary panties.
I was thinking whether I should call it Bangiversary.
I think bone-anniversary.
Bangiversary is pretty good because that sounds like anniversary.
I think
a little bit more.
bone-anniversary is bone-anniversary.
Bone-anniversary, you like that?
I
That's
think
what
that
I
was a
went
good
with.
one. I think that was a good one. I think it's better than Bangiversary because bone-anniversary really just flows better. I find off.
I think so too.
You know what I mean?
Like Bon Appetit.
Yeah.
But it's just a
It's the
Bon-anniversary.
Bon-anniversary.
Bon anniversaire.
Understand you are here for your Bon-anniversary.
Yes, joyeux bon anniversaire. Actually, no, that's
Oui.
how you fucking say happy birthday, bon. It's in
Bon
French.
anniversaire.
Yeah, you say joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, and then it's like if you want to say good birthday, it's like bon anniversaire.
That's a
So,
good Bon-anniversary.
I didn't even realize I did that. That's smart.
Well done, Jubu.
Right.
It's like
Jubu.
Jubu knows the Bon-anniversary. It is June Jubu's Bon-anniversary.
Bon anniversaire.
Bon-anniversary. Happy times with the
Yeah, it's fun over
with
there.
the fresh cup
I
here.
can't stop laughing about it.
Yeah, it's like it's half the fun times is the reaction of the Jew unit. Like,
I know.
because he's so egregiously ridiculous that when he becomes embarrassed,
It's
like
the best.
it's the funniest thing because he gets embarrassed when you have no expectation of it. Like Mike and I will be sitting here, and all of a sudden the Jew is just completely disgusted by us, and it's like, what the fuck, man? Where did this come from?
It's always surprising.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
see it coming. I'm never like, oh, this is something that the Jew's gonna get worked up about. It's always like, really? This is what you're worked up about?
But it's just like shoes on things. Like that's not something you would look around and be like, oh, he's gonna get mad at me. Look, he's getting mad right now.
There's some clearance. He's alright.
Keep them
Okay.
soles off the carpet. I mean, keep them soles off the cushions.
Right. We fancy around here.
It's frat boy's bed. I think I got the heat put back together. Right.
Good for you, MacGyver.
Yeah, this dude's been freaking out since I've been started setting up the podcast today about his heat.
Yeah, for an hour and a half we're late.
Heat scenario. He wasn't around at all. All up in the basement with the wires, trying to hide from
With
the snake.
Histofer.
Down there with Histofer, trying to avoid Histofer. Like, stay away from me, Histofer. I got to fix this. Hey, get away from me, Histofer. Like,
Don't you like
hey,
it?
you stay over there.
He only
Histofer.
come out his little hole. I only seen him out the hole one time.
It's right. Why are you worried? He's not like a mouse that's gonna be out in the middle of the night, like getting
your
it in,
food.
trying to eat your food.
Eventually, when it start getting warmer, he gonna be moving all around that motherfucker. He ain't doing much right now. It's cold.
Nah, he go chill or go outside and wait for something to come in the house and then eat it. That's what he's gonna do, dog. That's what Histofer did at my house. Histofer never bothered me. He never bothered me.
I don't know. I know there was a pipe that was wide open that I put a fucking plug in it. But I don't know if that's where they all was coming in at.
Well, what you really need to do is extensively survey all of the basement, and like maybe at nighttime you have Jubu stand outside while you shine flashlights on corners and shit, and see if any sort of light comes outside.
That's
You
a
know
good
what I
idea.
mean? And then you could be like, there's a hole there, and there's a hole there, and then y'all can maybe plug up all the holes. Once you plug up and make it so that the mice can't get in, then the snake won't even want to come in. He'll be
Yeah, I
like,
know.
man, fuck this. I need to go find some,
gotta eat.
some mice and some pussy.
He'll just move next door.
Oh, these other houses around here got some wide open basements for the snakes.
Yeah, the neighbor was over there talking about he got mice
they-
down there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I got a snake.
Snake's better than mice, dog.
If you want, if I find another one, I can give you one, bro.
I'm trying to tell you. It's a better investment than a cat. A cat you might have to take to the vet or something. He's going to go out there
Nah,
and
fuck
find some
that.
other shit to get involved with. The snake is going to kick it. The snake is the best fucking
Cat
non-specific pet.
ain't really gonna eat it anyway. He's gonna smack it around,
Nah,
kill
he'll
it,
eat
hide
it.
in the corner.
And then he'll bring it to you as like a trophy.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, what I got for you, dog?
Well, my cat will, because I ain't gonna feed that motherfucker. So yeah, he would definitely be eating it. But normal cat, that like you
feed the
feed.
cat.
and
That's
shit.
why you
Stop
need a
feeding
snake.
his cat.
That's why leave the snake alone.
I-
You don't have to feed the snake.
Like, I'm not going to feed my imaginary cat.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I had a cat, I'd be like, go on outside
I
and
would have
catch
a
something.
cat, but like if I had a cat, if my whole family, if one of them owned a cat and my whole family died or whatever, and I had to have this fucking cat, that'd be the only way. Or if I was court
you would
ordered,
help feed
or
it.
I was court ordered to adopt a cat, that'd be the only way I'd ever have
That's some
a fucking cat right around this motherfucker.
Court
Ladies and
order.
gentlemen.
Court ordered, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're gonna have to bring this episode of the Mason and Frank show
You're
to a
confined
close.
to this pussy for the rest of your life. You now have this cat.
Right, you and this cat have to maintain each other for the rest of this cat's natural life.
Fuck.
All right, but anyway, thank you so much for listening. We'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes. Like, share, subscribe. Don't bogart this motherfucker. Tell your peoples about it. If you want to get a book, I got a copy of 1984, or a copy of Fahrenheit 451, or a copy of
Brave New World.
Brave New World. I got options. I'll send one to you. Let me know. Shout out to Kyle at Glassflow Art. I got your hoodies, but I haven't sent them yet because, I'll be forgetting sometimes. But I got them shits, and they will be on the way to you sometime this week. So shout out to the homies at Glassflow Art. And, big ups to everybody else that's out there. Captain Kirk should have got some fresh stickers and some cards and shit to be handing out. Big up. A lot of motherfuckers out here doing some things. Big up to Kenny. Been liking shit on the Twitter. Appreciate you. Get some shares and some likes in on these things when we be posting them. Appreciate every last one of y'all. Big up, to everybody in the rickety ship, man. Big up to Chris. Hooked up the homie at work with a fucking shocker hoodie. So he been talking to show up to some other folks at work. Appreciate everybody out there doing the damn thing. Keep doing your thing, trying to live your life, and have things not suck. We keep trying to bring some podcasts to you that hopefully don't suck. So, anyway, be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick. And keep working on the things you're trying to get done, because that's how things get done. And don't forget, we love you very much, and peace be with you.
Peace.
Bye.